Welcome back, bullet journal friends. Exciting news for me, at least. I'm going on holiday next year, and so I wanted to put together some travel planning spreads that maybe you might also like to use if you're planning a trip. Mine is going to be a big boy, a whole month away, so I'm going to have lots of spreads going on here, but you might need a smaller version of this if you were just spending a weekend or a week away somewhere. So feel free to pick and choose from this what you like. Anything that you think might be useful or fun for you, then you can by all means incorporate that into your journal. And if you do, please tag me. I'd love to see. I'm starting out with a map page, and because I'm going to Europe, it will be a map of Europe. I just searched for free maps online and this one came up, and I printed it at home with my home printer. And I'm using this craft envelope that I'm just kind of tearing up and cutting up to be a little bit of decoration here, as well as a few tapes from the Washi Tape Shop's Academia Washi tape set, which is absolutely stunning. Very much going for a warm brown antique kind of vibe for this setup. If anything you see me using in this video takes your fancy, jump into the description box. There are links to all of the things there. Some of them are affiliate links, just so you know, in which case I would make a little bit of money if you made a purchase from that, and that's always very much appreciated. I'm using one of my favorite decoration techniques on this first spread, which is something at the top, something at the bottom, and then something in alternate corners. So I'll have a little bit of decoration in the top left and the bottom right corner to make things feel kind of even and balanced. And extra points if those things are similar colors, because that will help to feel balanced as well. Just about all of the headings in this setup I'm going to do with my capital letter stamps, which I got from Stationery Pal, and I'm teaming them up with a gold paint pen rather than using a stamp pad, just because I feel like I can get more colors that way. And they don't dry out before you can stamp them because it's a very small surface area, which is nice. Of course, it wouldn't be a travel themed layout without some postage stamps, so these ones, I have some that come in a washi tape roll and some that are stickers. I'll use a bit of both of those and also some clear floral stamps too. While we're working on decorating this right page, I just thought I'd mention what I plan to do with the maps page. I'm not entirely sure yet if I'll colour in the countries that we visit or if I'll kind of draw our route, like with some little lines in between the cities that we go to, but in some way I'm going to represent our trip on the map, so that'll be fun. I'm not going to show you guys too much information about where we're going when before the trip, just for privacy reasons, but if you want to see everything afterward, make sure that you hit subscribe, follow along on my little journey, and I will definitely show you guys in some kind of flip through what this looks like after it's all filled in. I don't always love a quote page, but I thought this was a good opportunity to really make one work for me, so I've gone with this quote. It is, "The world is a book, and those who do not travel only read one page," which is a little bit shady at anyone who doesn't travel, and that's okay. Some people aren't interested in it, but travel is something that I really enjoy, and I do always come home from a trip feeling like I've learned a lot about myself, so I'm looking forward to that because it's been a while. Just in case you were wondering, I'm using a Tombow Fudenosuke soft tip brush pen to do this, in black of course. The next travel bullet journal spread idea is a bucket list, and when I was setting this up in my head I had the idea of a bunch of postcards, but I have so many things that I want to do in all of the places that we're considering visiting, because nothing is completely officially booked yet, except that we're going to Europe because we've booked our international flights to and from Europe. I decided if I'd actually gone ahead and drawn things like the little stamp in the corner and address areas and little postcard details, I wouldn't have enough space for the actual planning, which is the point, right? So we can pretend they're postcards and this is just the writing side, I guess, and you know, you get me. Mine is going to be, as I mentioned, a very big trip. We're going to be away for a whole month, me and my partner Chris, and so I've got lots of space for bucket list items here. Probably not actually even enough if I wanted to divide all of this up by city, so some of these I'm going to combine into, you know, a country for one postcard rather than different cities for, you know, different postcard for each city. Again, if you're going on a shorter trip or you're not visiting quite as many places as me, you might want to make this just take up one page, or you might want to have really big postcards, whatever works for you. enjoying the video so far, then please do consider hitting subscribe down below and turning on notifications so you can see my future uploads as well. I do put up a new video every Monday, so I'd love to have you along for that journey with me. You can also find me on Instagram at erinsmith.art, and I also have a website which is erinsmithart.com.au. There was already kind of a lot going on this spread, but I still felt like it needed a little something extra without going too decoration-y. So I've jumped in with a Pigma graphic pen, which has a flat tip, and I'm just colouring in the negative space between and behind and around all of these postcards, and this is what it looks like when it's done. The next spread is for planning the nitty-gritty details of what's going to happen. Rather than decoration at the top and bottom and then alternate corners of this page, I'm going for the left and right sides. So there's a little bit of something on the outside edge of the page, and actually I'm going to have a little bit of something along the bottom too, but we're not going to have those alternate corners this time. All the decoration is going to be kind of like a border around the sides. So I've got 4 boxes here. On the left side, I'm going to have boxes for flights and trains because that's going to be our 2 primary modes of travel on this particular trip. And on the right page, I've got boxes for passes, so things like rail cards, or if we get a URail pass to travel around, that kind of thing, info will go there. And underneath that is a box for tours because we are definitely going to be taking some day trips. This page can be quite flexible. It's totally up to you if you want to use it for research while you're planning your trip. You can write down information about how much different things cost if you're comparing your options, or you can use it to write down your solid details once you book them. So this is my flight number, this is the airport code for where it departs, this is what time it's going to land, stuff like that. For me, I'm going to be using this one as research because I will also have an itinerary page coming up in a couple pages time, so stick around for that. I'll be keeping all of my itinerary stuff, my hard and fast booked things on the itinerary page, and this one I'll use for research. It feels a little bit basic to go for like warm tones and ancient looking things for a European holiday planning spread, but humour me, because in Australia we don't really have old buildings. We have the oldest living culture in the world, which is incredible, but we don't have a lot of old buildings, so I'm really looking forward to standing in some old buildings while I'm away. This is basically the same layout as the previous page, but I'm just going to mix things up a little bit as far as the content. This one is going to be a packing list. Lord knows, you need a list before you pack all of your stuff for a huge international holiday, or you will forget something. And I like to think I'm a pretty organised kind of gal, but it has been a really long time since I've been on an international trip, so I feel like I need all of this preparation to make sure that I remember what the heck I'm doing. You know I love to categorise things, so I've divided my packing list into 4 categories as well. I've got clothing, toiletries and makeup, electronics, and then essentials for the stuff like your passport and your flight information and stuff like that. And yes, in case you were wondering, I do have every intention of journaling my trip as well. I'm planning on getting a little traveler's notebook that's going to come around with me, take some of my stickers and washi tapes, just a little selection, and then make a cute journal of everything that happens while I'm away. So once again, come along, maybe on Instagram for that one if you want to see it happen in real time. It's not for ages yet, but when we get there, you can see it all coming together. This one is the aforementioned itinerary spread, and I'm just kind of leaving it blank for now. I will fill this in with all of my information. I haven't got everything locked in and squared away yet, so I'm not going to write any information here. I also don't want to show you where I'm flying on exactly what dates or what I plan to be doing, so I'm for now just decorating. On the left page is where the list will go, the date that we fly out, where we're flying to, where we're staying, all of that information that I will give to my mum so she knows where I'm at. And on the opposite page, I have a to-do list, and I've got book and research. So things that I've researched that I need to now book, I can put a checklist there, and underneath that, things that I still need to research. And those are my travel planning bullet journal spread ideas. I hope you've found something useful in this video. I feel like I'm talking really fast, like even faster than usual, because I'm just that excited. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here with me on my channel. Once again, if you'd like to see more stuff like this, please do hit subscribe and stick around. I've got plenty more coming. Until next week, I'll see you on Instagram or I'll catch you in another video very soon. Bye!